What's up guys, JT Thomas with Performance Golf. In today's video, we're gonna talk about how to compress your irons and some of the most common mistakes that I see golfers who can't compress their irons and sort of what they do wrong and what they do right. So the first and probably most common mistake that I see with golfers who can't compress their irons is their weight is way too far on their back foot. So if I were to go up to the top and make a really nice backswing and swing down and keep my weight on my back foot, what oftentimes happens is the club is going too much up as we hit the ball. And we know that in order to compress the irons, we're hitting 4 or 5 degrees down on a 7-iron in order to really compress the ball. So if I go up to the top here and my weight gets stuck on my back foot, I'm often gonna hit the top of the golf ball. As you notice there, didn't quite take a divot, obviously no compression. So the drill that I like to give all my students who struggle with this is just to take a water bottle, put it right on the outside of your trail heel, I would say. So if I do this here, set up to this golf ball, and I go up to the top and I keep my weight on my back foot, I knock that water bottle down. Again, you can see kind of from this face-on view, weight stuck on the back foot, water bottle fell over. Instead, what we want to feel is take that water bottle, again, set it right up against your trail heel. And what you're going to try and do is not knock this water bottle down. So now I go up to the top of my swing, make sure my weight shifts onto my front foot. You'll notice I'll start to get on the inside of my trail foot here, having some weight there. That really helps with making sure that your weight shifts forward in your downswing. So I'm going to go up to the top here, shift my weight forward, not knock the water bottle down. Notice I took a really nice divot. I hit the ball first and then the ground. So water bottle still standing there, I can keep hitting balls. So we'll do that again one more time. Really just want you guys to understand that shifting of your weight is super important for you to be able to compress your irons. If your weight's on your back foot, you're almost always gonna either hit the ground or hit the top of the ball. So again, one more time for this simple drill. Water bottle right on the edge of my heel or the middle of my foot. I'm going up to the top, really trying to do a little practice swing where I shift my weight, again, weight on the inside of that trail foot. I'm gonna go up to the top here and I'm gonna push that weight forward. Again, hitting a really nice shot, super compressed iron. So if you struggle with keeping your weight on your back foot, you can't compress your irons, just taking a water bottle, putting it right up against your trail heel is super helpful to capture the feel of your weight shifting forward, hitting down on your irons and compressing them much better. The second biggest issue that I see with golfers who cannot compress their irons is they actually move their hips towards the golf ball in the backswing. What that does when I move my hips towards the golf ball is it moves my chest away from the golf ball. And now I literally can't reach the ball. Very hard for me to get down to the ball and compress the irons. So we have another simple drill for this, understanding how to move your hips in the backswing. What we're gonna do is take an alignment stick. You can use your bag. You really just need an obstacle to help you understand where your hips are in space. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take an alignment stick, put it right near kind of the back of my backside here and the backswing, maybe a little bit more behind you. The goal here in this drill is to make sure when you go back, your trail hip, your trail pocket goes into the alignment stick. What we see again with a lot of golfers who struggle to compress it, I swing back and now my hips are going forward. So I'm actually getting farther away from the alignment stick. What we're trying to do, if anything, is actually push into the alignment stick in the backswing. Again, this helps keep our inclination to the ground so that we can hit down on the golf ball. So we'll do a bad demonstration first. Don't want you guys to see this too much. I want you guys to compress them and not hit them poorly. So we're gonna go up to the top here. I'm gonna move my hips forward and then try to get that back down to the ball. So again, obviously I did not hit that ball very well. Try my best to hit it, but I could not because my hips were too far away from the stick. My chest got really far away from the ground. I cannot get to the ground in order to compress the golf ball. So instead what we're gonna do is take a couple practice swings just to feel where this thing is in space. Again, that's the goal with these drills. When we're swinging, we're looking at the golf ball the whole time. So we can't actually know where our body is. We need an obstacle to help us make sure that we're moving properly. So when I go back here and do this properly, I'm gonna do a backswing, going up to the top, feeling my trail hip move into the alignment stick, or again, obstacle bag, whatever you have back there. Doing it again, moving into the stick, making sure my trail hip moves backwards. So we're gonna hit one here. Again, super compressed iron shot there. So if you see yourself going forward in the backswing, you see your chest getting farther away from the ground, this is gonna be a great drill for you in order for you to keep your hips more behind you in the backswing, keeping your chest more down, allowing you to hit much more down on the golf ball and compress your irons. The third most common mistake that I see golfers who cannot compress their irons is they have the ball position much too far forward. So what that means is when we get this ball position too far forward here, for example, I'm hitting a 7-iron and I have the ball almost inside of my left heel, it's very hard for me to get all the way to the golf ball and compress it. I would have to move my body really far forward. So most of the time what happens is when I have my ball position so far forward, I can't quite get to the ball, so I'm either gonna hit behind it or I'm gonna hit the top. So again, I have this 7-iron here, I'm gonna take a swing. Again, I'm really trying to hit these golf balls, guys, with this ball position. So very, very thin, no compression. I hit very much up on the golf ball. Again, not something that we're trying to do when we're hitting a 7-iron. So if you struggle with compressing the irons, what we like to see for a 7-iron, or really most irons, you can move it more back in your stance maybe than you're even comfortable doing. What that allows the club to do is that the club is still gonna be moving downwards when the ball is more back in our stance. The more we put it up in our stance, the golf club's gonna be moving upwards. For a lot of golfers who slice it especially, they move that ball up to help them swing more to the left, but we don't like that. We want this ball right in the middle to almost slightly back even with your 7-iron if you want to compress the golf ball. So I'm actually going to move this ball a little bit behind center here, and I'm going to take some half swings and try and make sure that I hit this golf ball solid, hit down on it. So the ball's back in my stance, actually slightly back of middle with the 7-iron here. I'm going to do a little half swing. Again, very, very solid contact. You guys notice there I hit the ball first before the ground. We're gonna do that again, the ball a little bit back of center for the 7-iron, really to feel that compression, hitting down on the golf ball, taking a divot out in front. So another one here, just behind center for a 7-iron, half swing. Again, super compressed golf shot. Notice the hit the ground in front of the ball again, just by moving that ball position back in my stance. I did not change my swing. I didn't do anything different besides changing that ball position. And so this is a really big key if you're looking to compress your irons. Really take a look at your ball position of your feet just so that you can see what the center looks like. Move that ball back a little bit. You'll really start to compress your irons, hit them a lot more solid. A major key to getting better at golf is improving your contact. The 3 drills that we talked about today were making sure you get your weight forward, having a water bottle on the outside of your right foot, making sure you get your trail hip more back into the obstacle, and making sure we're checking our ball position. When you guys try out these 3 drills, we love to hear about your improvements down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.